Come here, Bam. Come. Come. Come here. I want to see you in the video. Look. Bam. Wait. Sit down. Sit. 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 Don't make me look stupid on YouTube, Bam. Bam, sit. 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 Why are you doing this to me? Because you're on camera, you're doing this to me. Hey, I need you to sit. Sit down. Sit. It looks like she knows she's on camera. She doesn't want to listen. She's alpha. She thinks she's alpha. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Fuck you then, bitch. I'm just kidding, I love you. Alright, so I wanted to do this video for you guys because of things that I've gone through, but also so many experiences that I personally haven't gone through, but other people have come to me and they said things like this, like, you know, I want to do this, I want to get sponsored, I want to do a bodybuilding show, or I want to be popular on Instagram, or I want to do what you're doing. I want to inspire people. I want to motivate people. I want to start an apparel business. I want to start a supplement company. I want to be successful, okay? And in other words, basically, these other things is just people's personal like views on like what success is, right? They want all these things, and you guys understand that, of course, there's things I want in my life, there's things that you guys want in your life, and it always comes down to the same thing that I always tell people. And I want to share this video like directly with you guys because I've been asked this question so many times on direct messages, on Instagram, tweets, obviously Twitter, Snapchat. People Snapchat me this stuff like all the time, and obviously it's more private, so no one sees that, but it's something that I get asked a lot, so I want to address it here. And it's simple, and it's the reason why I titled this video, it's not enough, okay? It's not enough to say, yo, I really want to do something. It's not enough to say, you know, this is important to me, or and I want to figure it out. It's not enough to do, like, people get so focused on what they want to do, and it's almost like they forget that they actually have to do shit to do it. And I know it sounds like, well, that makes sense. But people get so caught up in the idea of doing something, they forget, like, okay, today I actually have to do something to get to that next step, to get to the next step, to get to the next step, to get to the next step. Because the reality is, whether or not you're successful today, you can be successful tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, depending on how hard and how much work you're willing to put in. Because the reality is, like, there's nothing that you can't do that I can do, right? Everyone's genetically different as far as, like, their bone structure, their heights, or whatever it is, but if there's something that you say, okay, this is who I am, and I'm happy with this, and I want to take who I am, and I want to become a better version of myself, and do these things with my life, and be a famous musician, be a famous singer, whatever, something, fitness person, business person, anyone can do that with what you have, right? Now it's like, you know, you can't say like LeBron James, like, no, not everyone could be LeBron James, because not everyone's like this tall. So certain things like that, let's say, like, okay, some of that stuff is God-given, but the reality is still, if you're God-given something, you still have to work to be the best at it if you want to be. You know, no one's saying you have to do anything, but the reason why I'm coming to this and I want to talk to you guys about it is because I've heard so many people, I'm talking about at least thousands of people asking me, how do you do these things? And you have to get that mindset of, it's not enough. It's not enough to just, like I said, to say you want something. It's not enough just to be like, this is important to me and I want to do it, right? You have to say, like, you have to let it almost like engulf your life and like not take over and stop you from doing what you're doing now. Because I understand, like, I was at a point in my life where I had to do certain things to get to where I wanted to be, even though they weren't the things that I wanted to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So people look at me and they're like, yo, you talk about all these things, what did you go through in your life? Like, how did you get there, right? And I'll do another video specifically about that, but it's simple, like, you're not always gonna be doing what you want to be doing, like, at the end, right? Because your idea is like, there's something at the end that I want to get to. You're not just gonna be like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing that, because you have to build something to get there in most situations, right? But you have to realize, like, you have to be comfortable doing what you're doing now, but doing something every single day to get closer to where you want to be. So again, I bring it back to this. It's not enough to say you just want something. It's not enough to say, you know, it's important to you. It's not enough to say, like, you're about it. It's about actually doing it, right? You know, everyone says actions speak louder than words, and it holds so true, like, in your own life and what you want to accomplish. There's no way around this. There's no, like, shortcuts. There's no, oh, maybe if I do that or do this. Like, I've been in so many situations in my life, business situations, like relationships that they work, they don't work. Some work better than others, but the reality is, like, I understood that it wasn't just enough to say I wanted to do something. Even if shit failed, like, you gotta realize, you take it for what it is, you learn from it. Me and Kevin were just talking about this. You learn from, like, I've been in situations that I made a bad deal. I made a bad deal and I got taken advantage of. And those people probably watch my videos to this day and still think like, man, I wish I didn't fuck that person over so bad, because they could have probably been riding with me now. But the reality is, it doesn't matter, and it's okay. So I've been in bad situations. I made bad deals in my life and business. So just relationships. It could be a girlfriend. You could have, like, had a bad relationship and you let it go on for longer than you should have. It's not enough to just go, okay, well, that happened, I still really want this, or I want that, or this other thing. You have to say, okay, this shit has happened. How could I move forward today? What can I do in the next hour, right? Let's say if you're working and you have to like pay your bills, so you're working a job that you don't necessarily want to do, but you have that thing in the back of your mind. You could still do things every day, take some time aside and work on that goal that is external from what you have to do right now. Like, you have to do things you have to do. Like, for most of you guys out there, if you are like, you're paying rent or you're paying bills, you're doing these things with your life, you have to do those certain things, but don't let those things completely encompass your life so that you can't think outside of the box and that you can't do the things that you need to do to get to where you really want to go in your life. Because I believe that there's greatness in all of us, and I believe that everybody has the power to do what they really want to do. You just have to realize that you can. And I think the way, and this is a whole other, I don't even want to like go really far into this, but the way like the whole fucking world is set up for some people, it's like they put people in boxes and they put people in things like you can only do these certain things because of your situations. But the reality is, like, you could change your situation however you want to do it, however you believe you can, and if you're willing to do the work. So like I said, it's not enough to just say you want something. It's not enough to say I want to lose weight. It's not enough to say I want to get bigger. It's not enough to say I want to be stronger, I want to do this, or I want to inspire, I want to motivate, I want to change my life, It's not enough to just say that shit. You have to do something every single fucking day to make that happen, okay? I love you guys. I'm out. If you like videos like this, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. So much more coming soon. And I appreciate you guys. Real shit. And there's so many people coming to me in person and they say, I like your channel. And it's not because of this. It's not because of that. It's because of these kind of videos. So to you guys out there who truly rock me and you watch these videos from the heart, I appreciate this shit. I love you guys. Thank you. And you guys have helped me reach a point in my life in which I'm fucking, words can't express it. And I just want to say thank you, and it's going to keep coming. And I know I have times, there will be times where like, fuck man. I was talking to Kevin the other day like, oh, you saw the shirt pull down? Did they catch that? A few more, just like show my pets. Anyways, me and Kevin were talking the other day like, fuck, I just want to take a break. I want to take a break. And I will find ways to do that, but I still have to remember like the reason why I'm here is for you guys at the end of the day. You guys have put me here, so if I take a break from doing YouTube or from doing Instagram or from doing anything on the internet, I'm still gonna make sure I can find a way to give you guys stuff that you can benefit from, because you guys have helped create a life for me that I only had dreamed about. So like I said, it's not enough just to say you want something. Go out there and do something about it. I love you guys. That one almost made me cry. But I didn't that time. I didn't.